Hello, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I'll try to make the time you spend here useful. Microsoft Excel is one of the most widely used software products in business. Many users are experts and can use it for virtually any rational purpose. However, I continue to be somewhat amazed at how few people can use one of the easiest and most powerful parts of Excel, pivot tables. Don't know what these are or how to use them? Buckle your seatbelts, folks. We're going for a ride. To set this example up, I've created a realistic set of sample data to work with. This data came from the Northwind database, so it includes customer, order dates, sales, inventory, and geographical data. I'm going to show you how easy it is to spin this data and do meaningful analysis in just a few keystrokes. This video and the related spreadsheets are available below for downloading. If you wish to try this on your own, feel free to do so. The sample data is included with the download so you can follow along. Different versions of Excel may have these menus in different places, but pivot tables have been included in Excel for a long time. You may have to hunt around a wee bit to find the menus if you're using something older, but they will be there and your patience will be rewarded. Excel data can be referred to in several basic ways. The most common of these is the use of cell references, either relative or absolute. The other way is to use named ranges. If you're not using named ranges, you should be. It makes keeping up with the data a breeze and is a whole lot easier to do than trying to remember cell references like C1 to K25. Give it a name, a meaningful name, a name that does not represent a cell address in Excel. Our sample data has over 2,000 rows and an even dozen columns. Together they represent almost 25,000 discrete data points. You will soon see just how quickly and easily Excel can chew through this data and make it meaningful for the user. Even the NSA cannot draw meaning from the raw data. It represents the trees that prevent us from being able to see the forest. For purposes of this demo, I'm going to highlight the entire range, including the column headings, and I'll name this area of the spreadsheet Order Data, one word. It's descriptive of the content and it does not conflict with any other part of the spreadsheet. Now, anytime we need to refer to the data, we can do so by referring to it as Order Data rather than the cell addresses where it's located in the spreadsheet. Now let's get down to the forest level so we can see better and begin doing some data analysis which can reveal the hidden patterns in the data. Let's say we want to see gross sales by country. I've actually seen people take the raw data, sort it into country order, then insert blank rows into the data to hold the totals and enter a whole series of sum rows, one per country. I won't bore you with the details by making you watch such an endeavor, but it can easily take between 15 and 30 minutes to go through that exercise for a large data set. Worse yet, when you finish, if you want to do additional analysis, you have to go back and undo all you did and repeat the process for the next analysis. Now let's compare that to using pivot tables. You can do this anywhere, of course, but let's just go to a blank worksheet so we can start fresh. Click the mouse in the cell where you want the pivot data to appear. Then click Insert, Pivot Table, and enter the data range name you created for your data. In our case, Order Data. In 3 clicks and typing the name, you now have the skeleton of a pivot table. Pretty cool, isn't it? Oh wait, you don't have any data in it yet, do we? In the panel that pops up, the top part has a list of field names from our data set. The bottom part has a 4-section grid, one part each for filters, columns, rows, and values. Let's drag the gross sales field into the values column, and the country field into the rows column. Voila! In 2 more clicks, we now have a complete analysis of gross sales by country. I simply defy you to find an easier, quicker way to do this analysis using any other method. Don't you see how incredibly easy that was to do? But wait, I hear you say this is incomplete. I want to know how this has changed over time. No problem. Drag the order date field into the section called columns. Ouch, that's really ugly. And gets all those darn trees in the way again. That's not what I want. I wanted to see this how this changed by year. Okay. Right-click in any date and select Group. Then click Year and unclick anything else that might be selected. Oh, that's pretty. I wonder which customers make up which totals. No problem. Just drag the customer field into the grid and place it below the country field. Now that's interesting. The pivot table automatically adjusted and now shows us gross sales by country, by year, and by customer. And if I did the match right, it took a whole additional 4 clicks to do this. Don't you begin to feel empowered, and aren't you amazed at how easy it is to do this? But wait, you say, I want more. I want now to know what categories of products are being sold by customer. How would I do that? Just drag the category name field into the rows section below the other values already there. Bingo. Another 2 clicks or so, and I now have a complete analysis of sales by year, by country, by customer, and by category. But I'm kind of getting back to the forests and trees things again. I like my analysis to be simple. I can delete the whole mess and start over again, or I can simply drag and remove the criteria fields I set in the bottom of the panel. Let's do the latter with the row fields, only leaving the other data present. Now I've got sales by year only. Let's say I want to see that by quarter. Easy peasy. Right-click in the year field and click Group and add the quarter to the analysis. Oh, I misunderstood. You want to see it by month within quarter within year, is that right? No problem. Just repeat the process and add the month field. Now you want to simplify it by getting rid of the months. No problem. Just unclick the month and you're back at year and quarter. That's better, you say. I like mine simple and easy to understand. But hey, wait a minute here. Which product categories are being sold? Bet you can't show me that. Bet I can. Just drag the category field down to the row box. Ha, I got you now. I really want to see how much each category is as a percent of the total sales for each quarter. Bet you can't do that. Sure I can. Right-click in the data section and click on Show Values as percent of the column total. Wow. How about graphs? I'm a visual person and I can graph this information. That might help me better understand the patterns. No problem. Let's go to a new worksheet so we don't get too cluttered. Click anywhere you want your pivot table to appear, and this time insert a pivot chart from the menu. This works exactly like it did before with the addition of a chart object on the screen. You can drag that around and place it wherever you want it. Drag into the grid order dates, gross sales, and categories just like before. Each time you add an element, it automatically appears in the chart. Pretty cool, huh? I don't want a bar chart, and by the way, that chart is really pretty ugly. I want a pie chart, and I want it pretty. Okay, click in the chart and change it to a pie chart. But it's still pretty ugly. Okay, click the paintbrush icon to the right side of the grid and select a chart style that pleases your eye. Very simple. In summary then, this video could go on for hours. We've really only begun to scratch the surface of the power of pivot tables. But this is just a primer. My objective was to show you how easy it is to use this incredibly powerful tool. Don't get scared of it. It's easy to do, and with just a little practice you can drastically improve your productivity. Once you start using them, you'll wonder how you ever wasted the hours you wasted doing analysis without the power of pivot tables. Thanks for watching.